What do you like about this group of Spartans as we enter a new season here?
Well, I feel like I say this every year, but their work ethic's tremendous. I asked more of them in off-season than I ever have, and they gave it to me. And so I think their dedication in the off-season, in the weight room, their dedication all summer, and their enthusiasm to practice and get better every night. That's what's been different that I've noticed and I appreciate about this group right now.
In the SAC, defense wins championships, as the saying goes, and in the SAC, there's a lot of high-powered offenses. So on that side of the football, where are you going? I know you lost Jackson Chrisman and some guys up front, but it looks like, you got Wyatt in the secondary and, Aiden Shepard at linebacker to kind of lead those groups.
Yep.
Where are you defensively, and who are some of the guys that are going to step into big roles on that side?
Well, I will tell you, we're going to be young. We got some kids, and even some of our seniors will be first-time starters. So it's going to be youth across the board, but here's what I like about them. They're getting after it, and I think the weight room's been kind to them. They'll be a physical group, and from what we've seen so far and in the summer, they've been pretty stiff up front. So there's some good things going on. Cruz Persley will be in the mix there at backer, and I think he's going to do a great job. Sam Stewart on the outside is going to do a nice job for us as well, and we're going to have a bunch of new guys up front. So we're looking forward to a whole handful of guys contributing up front.
Tell me about the offensive side. At Homestead, it just seems like you guys find quarterbacks every year or whenever they're needed. It's just kind of a next man up mentality. But this year, I guess the average football fan doesn't know where you are at the quarterback position. So where are you there, and how does that set what you do tone-wise offensively this season?
Well, we've had a competition. We have 3 guys competing for that, and we've kind of laid out a depth chart in it, but we're going to wait until after our scrimmage with Snyder and kind of see where we're at, and then we'll go from there. But 3 guys, it's and the two sophomores and a junior, and so I'm not going to mention one of them because it's still a competition for them. I want them to compete.
Brett Fuchs returns. He was kind of a jack of all trades to a certain degree last year. How does he kind of pace what you do offensively and be a leader for that side of the football, given the experience he has on Friday nights?
Well, he's a dynamic player, so we can play him at slot. He can catch the ball. He runs great routes, and we can also put him back at running back, and he's got great vision, and he's pretty explosive as well.
Those art teachers are always funny.
Yeah. So we're excited for him. I think he's going to have a really good year for us. He's very explosive.
For you guys, if there's one thing that the season hinges upon for you, what do you think that is?
How soon we gel on both sides of the ball because there's so many new starters on both the offense and defense. So I like what we've seen, but that takes time, and we have to figure out who we are offensively and defensively, what we're good at, what we need to get better at, those types of things. So that's what we're looking for.
It's a very competitive group. We're very close, but they love to compete. So it'll get chippy in practice, but it's just competitive nature. So it's a very competitive group.
Tell me about the defensive side of the football. Who are guys that have impressed you so far in camp leading up to this upcoming season?
Sam Stewart, he's going to be a junior. He's gotten a lot stronger in the weight room this offseason, extremely fast. There's just a lot of guys are stepping up. It's a high-energy defense, very competitive.
Yeah, as a defensive unit last year, what do you take away? What did you learn last season that you guys can apply this time around to take it a step further and be better than you were on Friday nights?
Last year was kind of not a lot of energy on the team, but I feel like this offseason, this defense really bonded, and there's a lot more energy, and people are buying in this year on defense.
For you guys, 5-5 is a 500 record, but that's the first time you guys haven't had a winning record since 2013. So how hungry does that make you to get this football program back to the level where we've seen Homestead in the past, competing for championships, sectionals, SAC titles? How hungry does that make you?
This team's very hungry because, just like I said, we're a very competitive team. So, even when we're doing against our offense, we hate losing, hate giving up touchdowns. So it's both sides of the ball are just very competitive and don't want to lose.
Defensively, you got some young guys, especially up front, that are going to be playing this season. So as one of the leaders for this defense, what do you do to make sure that those guys are ready? What do you tell them about SAC football on a Friday night that's going to have them prepared for when it actually happens for them?
Just talking to them, they're going up against a good offensive line on our offense, and they're a very physical, strong group. So it's I'm not worried about them. We trust them, and even if they do bad plays, we're still going to pick them up, and we still trust them.
Good deal, my man. Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope.
How does your role change this year, being a senior, and as you guys replace different guys who have graduated on the team offensively?
I know first thing this year I told Coach I will play anywhere he needs me, anywhere the team needs me. I don't care defense, offense. I'm just ready to play wherever.
For this team, obviously you've been together throughout the last 4 days, but throughout conditioning, all that good stuff in the summer. What do you like about this group of Spartans as we enter a new campaign?
The level of competition. Just starting back in the winter in the weight room, it was just the energy is just way different from last year. We're just ready and we're just hungry for this upcoming season.
You know, people talk a lot about the quarterback position at Homestead historically being really good, but they also have had really good offensive linemen. And you take a look at like Jackson Bell kind of leading that group this year. What impresses you about the offensive line, and how are they going to hopefully set the tone for what you guys do offensively this season?
I feel like they're probably one of the most hungry out of the group. They're ready. They're ready down there in the trenches. I feel very confident in them running the ball, our pass protection. I just feel like we're going to be able to move the ball at a high level, I would say.
You know, last year 5-5. It's a decent record, but it's not kind of un-Homestead-like. So for you guys to get back to where you are competing for championships on the sectional level and on the conference level, what's going to happen this season, and how hungry does that make you to get back to that level?
I think we just can't get down on ourselves. One bad play, it can't be the outcome of the whole game. We just gotta, the leadership, just the competitiveness as well, just wanting to get back up, next play being knocked down and just ready to hit someone else.
Man, anything else you'd like to add?
No,
The first thing I like is just our dedication, our hard work. I mean, with that brand new weight room facility, I mean, we work hard and get after it every day. So that's my favorite thing about this group.
Describe this offensive line to me. What are some of the keys, and who are some of the guys that are stepping into big roles for you on the O-line?
Yeah, so obviously we lost some guys last year, 3. So we had to bring some guys over. Luke from last year. Orlando Sheets now we have from D-line. So we're excited. Luke Kins too. He's a new guy. So we're excited, we're young, and we're ready to get after it.
When you take a look at Homestead offensively, historically, the quarterback position has been a position of strength. We kind of know what that guy is, but you got 3 guys battling at the QB position this year. So knowing that you're going to have a new QB and a number of skill position players that are getting their first Friday night experience, how much do you guys put on your shoulders as an offensive line to set the tone and make sure that those guys have the time they need, especially early in the season when everything is kind of new and fresh for them?
Yeah, no, we have a lot on our shoulders. You know, we're pretty old. We got some seniors, but we got some new guys, and we're strong too. We're strong up front, so we want to dominate the ball and take some load off the young QBs so that, you know, we can just dominate the line.
For you guys, you know, 5-5, some people would be happy with a record like that, but I know that's kind of an un-Homestead-like record. How hungry does that make you to bounce this program back up to the top where you're competing for sectional and conference championships?
Oh yeah, it was so disappointing, especially that Carroll loss. HSE, man, that just killed us, and I think that fired us up to go in the offseason and really push in the weight room and conditioning and just other stuff. I mean, I think that's our biggest motivator day to day.
Final question for me, if there's one key or one X factor for Homestead to have the success you guys want to have on Friday nights this year, what would that be to you?
I think a big X factor is Fuchs, obviously. Great. Defense, I would say. I mean, defense is kind of bringing it to the offense this year, and I think you'll see some big things from defense.
Anything else you'd like to add?
All right. No, sir. Thank you.